Hi, I'm CJ and this is my RC channel. I used one of these good old kitchen skewers, bamboo skewers. One of Modeler's best friend, great for mixing glue. The nice pointy end made it very easy to get a good bit of glue into that slot that I had cut and on both sides, and then of course I applied glue to the piece of wood that I was inserting on both sides as well to make sure that they're full contact with the glue. Slid that in, wiped away the excess that oozed out, and then I just used a plastic bag here to keep any more glue that might ooze out from attaching itself to the pads of these two clamps. So that piece is firmly clamped in there. It is going to be a permanent resident. I think it's going to be nice and strong, and then I'll be able to put the finger tab, as you recall, it's slotted, so that's going to slide right over the 1/32. I'll clamp it down. I might even double it. We'll see, and then I'll put in some filler, and then I'll use some cover. It's too bad that the nice Raven logo is at this end of the wing and not the other end of the wing. Otherwise, I might recover half the wing altogether in something like a nice transparent orange or something to give contrast. But I'll just probably put some black covering up here. I might have some blue. I don't think I have transparent blue covering. I usually keep a good bit of covering around. You never know when you're going to have to make repairs, rebuild something, or you've just got a kit going and you don't want to wait. So anyway, 15 minutes or so. I'll probably give this a half hour. I used the 15-minute epoxy to give myself time to work with it. No micro balloons at this stage because I'm just gluing that patch in there. And once that dries, then I can move on to this. And then again, this also will not be using any micro balloons because I'm just trying to get a solid surface-to-surface attachment. But when I want to fill some space in there, I'll probably use some of this. I'm debating. I might cut a piece of, depending on how much space I have to fill to make that a level surface. I might just take some thin balsa, cut a piece that's the right size, CA it into place, and sand it down. That would, of course, be the absolute lightest solution. So we'll see. So this is now solidly glued in, and it's very strong. It's not going anywhere. I think I got that fixed. So now I'm just taking some leftover balsa scrap from other projects, and I'm going to go ahead and lay a piece here. I'm going to put a little chunk over here. Same thing on the bottom, basically just fill in. Then I'll sand a little bit, and then I'll take some of this. Now this is just a fast-drying putty. It's called White Putty Squadron Products. Got this at my local hobby store. And I'll just smear a little bit of this into the cracks, because of course I'm never going to be able to cut a piece that's going to fit perfectly into that hole. But I'm getting, it's going to be pretty close. So just as an example, this piece right here will get glued in, and then I'll just fill in around the edges, and then I can sand that down and put on a little bit of covering over here, and we'll be fine. Now this side, the underside, I damaged the area right down to here, so the covering was loose, and once that comes loose, you're never going to get that detention out properly again. So I just cut the covering away from this spot, and I'll just cover this tip, and that'll be that. So I'm going to go ahead and work those bits. There we go. As you can see, even little patches like that, you just cut the curve to match, trim it down, CA it in, added a little extra up here, a little piece right here, a little triangle piece, and And same kind of thing over here. Big patch here, little triangle piece here. Sand everything down, and we've got nice smooth shape. It's almost ready for covering. I'm going to go ahead and put a teeny bit of putty in here and there. It's not going to take very much. In fact, if I'm using solid color covering, I really don't even need to do the puttying. I could just cover it. So I'm going to see what colors of covering I have. If I've got some transparent blue, which I doubt, I'll go ahead and do some puttying. Otherwise, the puttying isn't going to add any strength, and as long as all the surfaces are smooth and aligned to each other, everything's sanded. So, you know, I may fill these in right here, but that's not going to, again, not going to add any structural value. This is just aesthetics at this point. So, in any event, I'll take care of that and be back.